Every tree is known and recognized by the fruit that it brings forth. And as a person, you're known and recognized by your behavior towards people within the society. Hello, friends. This is Stella, your regular host on the Family Enrichment Hub. Thank you for loving this platform. Thank you for sharing widely. Thank you for promoting the content that is shared in this place. I have the honor to be continuing the series which I started 2 weeks ago, and that is Hurting People, Hurt People. I started with an introduction which helped us to appreciate that the way we behave is driven by the thoughts that we entertain inside of us. So today I want to be speaking about another aspect of hurting people, and that is meanness on food. We've all had a story or two of families where there is segregation in the way that food is served. You find in certain homes a family and their immediate children eat a different category of food. And then the domestic servants, the different categories of people within the household, are served separate categories of food. We've also seen people who have strange behavior where fleshy food is concerned. For example, I've seen in certain families where people actually count the pieces of meat that they have bought, and you have to give account for every piece of meat that you serve. I've also seen some rather strange men take it a notch higher by taking on the duty of serving food when it involves flesh. These are all characteristics and behaviors which indicate that you have a problem with food. You're actually displaying meanness on food behavior. We have also seen people who hide food. When people suddenly arrive in their homes, even if it was time for serving food or they're in the midst of eating food, you suddenly see dishes scattering back to the kitchen. The food must be kept away. It's a fact that food reveals our inner character. And like Joyce Meyer rightly puts it, you can't have a positive mind, a positive life when your mind is loaded with negativity. Your life can only be positive if your mind is loaded with positive mental images. Food is a big aspect of the way people relate with one another. And so it's important for us to have a healthy relationship with the way we handle food and the way we deal with people where food matters are concerned, because it reveals who we truly are on the inside. What are the causes of people being mean where food is concerned? For some, it's the childhood food deprivation, where meal times were times for scampering, there were times for struggle, there were times for war. And so these images are still real for many people. They have pushed them to a place where they believe that there is always scarcity of food and many other resources around them. And because they believe resources are never enough, food is never enough, basing on the childhood experiences that they went through, they've built walls of defense around themselves, i.e., protect whatever you get, hoard food, keep food away from people as much as possible. They've built images within them that say life is so tough, so you have to be tough in order for you to manage it. So they are vulnerable. And so that is a way that many people behave where food is concerned because of their childhood past. And like Zig Ziglar rightly tells us, you'll always behave in a way which is consistent with how you see yourself. You'll always be mean on food as long as you continue believing and holding the mental images within you that food is scarce and it's for competing for all the time. What are some of the signs which show that somebody is actually mean with regard to food? Excessive permissions and authorizations needed in a household before you touch any food item. That's a tell sign of a mean person. You host people and you decide to selectively serve. You serve others and you leave out others. You leave people in a place of dismay and total embarrassment, wondering what next, because you've invited everybody to an event, but you choose to leave out some people when it comes to serving them food. In your household, food complaints are the biggest topic. You're always talking about how people eat too much. You're talking about how people are growing so fat on your food. You're talking about how without you, people wouldn't be anywhere. That's a tell sign of an extremely mean personality on food. You do not share food. Food would rather rot in your house and you pour it and you justify it and say, after all, it will be manure in the garden. That's extremely unfortunate. If you have trouble sharing excess food in your house with a neighbor, with a friend, with somebody around you who is in need, you have problems with food. Excessive food rules in your household, they are a total put off, and it's a tell sign of a mean personality. Like I've already mentioned in the introduction, measuring food items. You find homes where people want to count how many slices of bread are in the loaf, how many pieces of meat were cooked, and you do thorough auditing of every food item within your house. You're actually in total bondage of yourself. It's a tell sign of you extremely mean with food. You hide food in corners where people cannot access it, just so you keep it to yourself and your immediate family members. You serve yourself and your immediate family fleshy stuff, and the rest of the, for instance, the domestic servants in your home or other categories of people within your household, those ones are served the greens. Those are tell signs of you're an extremely mean person where food is concerned. And it is a deep sign of serious mental and spiritual bondage that you're living with. You're living in a scarce place. Your mind is playing out images of scarcity, of shortage, of the world is so limited, the place is so small, it cannot accommodate any other. No wonder you hold on to what you get so tightly, because that is the mental orientation that you've built within yourself. What is the impact of being mean on food? Meanness on food is an antisocial, people chasing behavior, which creates a lot of animosity and resentment between you and your spouse, between your spouse and their relatives, amongst people within the household. It causes a lot of bad blood to flow within the household. There is always family strife because food is always an issue within the home. It causes very embarrassing scenes and scenarios within your household that actually chase people away. And so, for a person who is a people person and your partner has challenges with food, you'll struggle a lot. And yet, the easiest way to win people to ourselves and within our household is through food, being generous. Let people enjoy food within your household, because food, generally speaking, it's a big part of our social relations and interactions. Food plays a key role in determining how we value people and how we carry ourselves. And so, if you are a victim of this behavior, it's important for you to renew your thinking, renew your mind, and bring yourself to a place where you believe that resources are abundant and can actually be accessed. So the next time you see people behaving in a mean manner where food is concerned, understand that they are coming from a place of deprivation, a place of scarcity, a place where they believe resources are for scampering for all the time. It's always a struggle. Resources and food, for that matter, can never be enough. Allow me to conclude with this. Scripture teaches us in the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 8, that whatsoever things are pure, are lovely, are of a good report, and are worth speaking about, think on those things, because our actions are always guided by the predominant thoughts that we entertain within ourselves. Address the mental scarcity within you, and you will be able to come from a place of struggling with food to a place where you actually live in generosity with others and with yourself. Thank you, friends, for listening in. Kindly share widely, for I believe this is how we shall transform our society through the family. God bless you. Catch you in 2 weeks' time again. Bye.